It's 3 p.m., your eyes are heavy, your brain's fuzzy, and that report you were crushing 2 hours ago suddenly feels like climbing Everest in flip-flops. You reach for coffee number 3, maybe a snack, anything to survive the next hour. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. That afternoon crash isn't about willpower or caffeine addiction. It's not because you're lazy or need better discipline. Your body's running a scheduled shutdown, and it started the moment you woke up. What if I told you the exhaustion you feel at 3 p.m. was locked in by 8 a.m.? That your breakfast made a promise your lunch couldn't keep? And your brain, your blood sugar, and your stress hormones are all pointing fingers at each other like a disaster movie where everyone's guilty? By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why 3 p.m. feels like a brick wall, and the 3 simple timing shifts that turn your afternoon into your power hours. Let's find out from the inside. So here you are at 3 p.m., and inside your body, it's chaos. Think of this as a crime scene where every organ has an alibi, but someone's definitely guilty. Your brain's running on fumes, sending desperate texts like, "Anyone got glucose? Anyone?" It's been managing on dwindling supplies, and now it's about to file a formal complaint with HR. Your pancreas, exhausted. It's been working double shifts since breakfast, pumping out insulin like a factory that never got a lunch break. Right now, it's lying face down on the couch muttering, "I can't do this anymore." Your adrenal glands, normally the calm emergency responders, are twitching. They're watching cortisol levels bounce around like a stock market crash, trying to figure out if this is a real emergency or just another false alarm. Spoiler, it's the 5th false alarm today. And your mitochondria, the tiny power plants in every cell, they're flickering. Fuel's inconsistent. Demands high. It's like trying to run a city on a power grid that keeps browning out. Meanwhile, your stomach's making passive-aggressive comments. "Oh, so we're eating candy bars now? Cool, cool. Let me just ruin your focus real quick." Nobody's technically broken, but the whole system's out of sync, and 3 p.m. is when all the bills come due. Your body isn't failing you. It's just responding to signals you've been accidentally sending all day long. Signals that started way earlier than you think. The answer started hours ago, before you even felt tired. Let's rewind to 7 a.m. You wake up, and your body's in a pretty good place, actually. Cortisol's naturally high, which is perfect. It's your built-in alarm clock, designed to get you moving. Think of cortisol as your morning manager, walking around with a clipboard yelling, "All right, people, let's get some energy happening." Your blood sugar's stable. You've been fasting all night, so insulin's been off duty. Your liver's been quietly trickling out glucose to keep things running. It's cruise control, smooth and steady. Then breakfast happens. And here's where most people accidentally press the self-destruct button. You grab something quick: cereal, toast, a muffin, orange juice, maybe a smoothie that's secretly a sugar bomb. Tastes great, feels energizing. But here's what actually happens inside. Glucose floods your bloodstream like a tidal wave. Your pancreas sees this tsunami coming and panics. It dumps insulin into your blood like a lifeguard throwing every flotation device at once. Too much, too fast. That insulin does its job beautifully. It shoves all that sugar into your cells. But here's the problem. It's too good at its job. Blood sugar doesn't just stabilize, it crashes hard. By 9 a.m., you're running lower than when you started. Your brain notices first. "Hey, we had a ton of fuel 10 minutes ago. Where'd it go?" So it sends out hunger signals. You're not actually starving. Your brain's just confused by the roller coaster. Meanwhile, your adrenal glands get the distress signal. They release cortisol, again, and adrenaline to bump blood sugar back up. It's emergency mode when you didn't need an emergency. This whole cycle, this sugar spike and crash at breakfast, it's like starting your day by maxing out your credit card. Eventually, the bill comes due. And 3 p.m., that's when the debt collector shows up. But it gets worse. Because lunch is about to double down on the damage, 2 hours after breakfast, that insulin spike has done its job a little too well. Blood sugar's dipped below baseline. Your brain sends out the first hunger signal. You're not actually low on energy, your body's just reacting to the crash. Most people grab a snack: coffee with sugar, a granola bar. Translation: You just reset the insulin roller coaster for round two. Lunchtime rolls around. You're hungry because insulin's been doing donuts in your bloodstream all morning. You grab something substantial: sandwich, pasta, rice bowl. Your pancreas, already tired from the morning shift, pumps out more insulin. But this time, your cells are getting resistant, like a vending machine that's been kicked too many times. Insulin levels stay high longer. Your body's trying to deal with this meal, but it's slow and messy. Around 2 p.m., you feel okay, maybe even good. But under the surface, a timer's counting down. All that insulin is still hanging around, escorting glucose out of your bloodstream. Your liver's glycogen stores, basically your emergency battery pack, they're depleted from the morning chaos. Your liver, remember that quiet manager who's been working overtime? It's got nothing left to give. And your cortisol, which should be naturally declining, got disrupted by all the blood sugar drama. Your body's operating on borrowed time, running on the last dregs of lunch energy while insulin's still playing bouncer, keeping fat cells locked tight. And here it is, the moment insulin finally clears out and your blood sugar settles. Too low. Your brain needs roughly 120 grams of glucose a day to function. Right now, it's not getting enough. Your liver could release stored glucose, but those reserves are depleted. Your fat cells could donate energy, but the fat-burning switch is rusted shut. So your brain starts shutting down non-essential functions. Complex thinking? Too expensive. Motivation? Gone. You get brain fog, fatigue, and an overwhelming urge to faceplant into your keyboard. Your adrenal glands release cortisol one more time, trying to scrape together emergency fuel. But cortisol at the wrong time just makes you wired and tired simultaneously. This isn't caffeine withdrawal. This isn't laziness. This is your body running out of fuel while the fuel switch is stuck in the off position. So why does this happen to almost everyone? Because we've been told to do exactly the wrong things. Here's what everyone gets wrong about the 3 p.m. crash. They blame coffee. I need to cut back on caffeine. Actually, caffeine's not the problem. If anything, it's one of the few things keeping you semi-functional. The crash happens with or without coffee. Coffee's just the scapegoat. They blame sleep. I just need more rest. Sure, sleep matters, but you can sleep 8 hours and still crash at 3 p.m. if your blood sugar's riding a roller coaster. Sleep helps, but it doesn't fix the insulin problem. They think they need more food. I just need more calories. So they snack constantly, which keeps insulin elevated all day, which keeps fat burning off. More food without fixing timing just makes it worse. Here's what's actually happening. Your body thinks it's doing you a favor. Every time blood sugar spikes, insulin rushes in to protect you from the damage high glucose causes. It's not broken. It's working exactly as designed. The problem is, you're activating the emergency response system 6 times a day. Your circadian rhythm has opinions. Around 3 p.m., your body temperature naturally dips. Adenosine, the sleepiness chemical, has been building up all day. Your cortisol's naturally declining. This is supposed to be a brief energy dip, maybe 20 minutes of slightly lower focus. But combine that natural dip with crashed blood sugar and exhausted insulin response, it turns a speed bump into a brick wall. You're not tired. You're starving in a specific way. Your brain isn't getting the fuel it needs, not because you haven't eaten, but because insulin's been so high for so long that your body can't access stored energy. Your mitochondria, those tiny power plants, are flickering not because they're broken, but because the fuel delivery system is jammed. It's like having a full tank of gas, but a clogged fuel line. The energy's there. You just can't use it. Once you understand this, the fix becomes obvious. You don't need more food, more coffee, or more willpower. You need to stop triggering the insulin roller coaster in the first place. So here's exactly how to do that. 3 rules, that's it. Master these and 3 p.m. becomes the time you get your best work done, not the time you contemplate a nap under your desk. Stop starting your day with sugar dressed as health food. Your first meal sets the insulin tone for the entire day. Eat protein and fat first. 3 eggs, a cup of Greek yogurt, half an avocado, a handful of nuts, even last night's chicken. Get 25 to 30 grams of protein before any carbs hit your system. That's about 4 ounces of meat, 3 large eggs, or 1.5 cups of Greek yogurt. This slows digestion, keeps insulin steady, and gives your brain sustained fuel instead of a sugar spike. If you must have carbs, have them after protein. The fiber and protein act like speed bumps, slowing the glucose release. No more roller coaster. No more 9 a.m. crash that sets up the 3 p.m. disaster. You'll notice it immediately. Stable energy, no mid-morning hunger, better focus. Don't eat lunch when you're starving. Eat it before the crash happens. Ideally, 4 to 5 hours after breakfast, not when your blood sugar's already tanking. And here's the key. Make lunch protein-rich and lower carb than you think. Your body doesn't need another insulin spike at noon. It needs steady fuel that lasts. Think salad with chicken or salmon, stir fry with lots of vegetables, soup with beans, foods that digest slowly and keep insulin from spiking into the stratosphere. Skip the bread, pasta, and rice if you want to avoid the 3 p.m. crash. Save those for dinner when a slight energy dip won't ruin your productivity. Between noon and 1 p.m., get outside for 10 to 15 minutes. Sunlight resets your circadian rhythm and tells your body it's still daytime. This helps prevent that natural afternoon dip from turning into a full crash. And around 2:30 p.m., before the slump hits, move. Walk around the block. Do some stretches. Even standing for 5 minutes helps. Movement increases blood flow to your brain and temporarily boosts cortisol, the good kind, and glucose release. It's like rebooting your computer before it freezes. Proactive, not reactive. That's it. 3 rules. No supplements, no weird hacks. Just working with your biology instead of against it. So, here you are. You've gone from wondering why 3 p.m. feels like hitting a wall to understanding the exact chain of events that causes it. Your body isn't broken. Your willpower isn't weak. You are just following signals that kept triggering insulin at the wrong times, crashing your blood sugar, and exhausting your energy systems. Now you know. Win breakfast with protein, time lunch before the crash, and reset with sunlight and movement. 3 simple shifts that turn your afternoon from survival mode to power mode. You didn't just learn why you crash. You unlock the version of you that doesn't need coffee number 3, doesn't count the hours until quitting time, and finally gets to use your brain when it actually matters. Because once you stop accidentally maxing out your metabolic credit card every morning, once you stop triggering emergency responses 6 times a day, once you let insulin take an actual break, your body stops fighting you. It starts working the way it was designed to work all along. 3 p.m. doesn't have to be a brick wall. It can be your power hour. Your body's been trying to tell you how. Now you're finally listening.